showing you another type of entry, and that is entry type B. Entry type B is quite similar to entry type A, but it is just quite similar. Just a slight difference. All right. So what you want to do is this: you want to actually check for your rejection, and we can actually find our rejection somewhere around here. Observe closely that I'm using the closing levels of the candles. The closing level of the candles actually is the best precise point to use, and you can see clearly how that price dipped into that level. The closing point, look at that closing point there. I'm going to zoom it out. Watch closely. So, okay, so if I should move this properly, uh, yes. Well, just understand what it looks like. I like to make it look exact. Well, you might not always want to. Yeah. So now, with this rejection on the daily time frame, what you can now do is to go down to your 4-hour time frame, and on your 4-hour time frame, what you want to do is you need a break of structure, or rather, you might not even you might not even wait for a break of structure. Okay, the break of structure actually happened here. This way where I'm drawing my line, that's where the break of structure happened, right over there. But you might not want to wait for a break of structure with this type of entry. You just want to wait for a breakout, and the breakout we see here is this first one we see here. Let me expand that for you. Look carefully. Look at this candle. Look at the tip of this candle. All right, you can see how this green candle broke above it and closed above it. That is a breakout. Also, they say break of structure. This one is a break of structure as well. But I would prefer this rather. I would prefer this as a proper break of structure. Do you know why? The reason is because if you go to your line charts, it would make more sense to you. Now on your line chart, you can see that this is a proper break of structure at that point there. That is why I took that as a proper break of structure. This too is a break of structure. Don't get me wrong. This also is a break of structure, all right. But I feel like those levels are quite premature. I feel like this one has a lot of volume inside, so that's why I was taking this as a proper break of structure. However, that's an information you can actually work with. Okay, so I'm just giving you these things as it is, so you actually make use of these ingredients or this information to trade depending on your style of psychology. Okay, now with this guy broken here, the tip of this guy broken here. Okay, what I want to do is this: I actually want to mark out my entry levels. My entry levels will actually be um, every form of V level on the left side. What do I mean by the left side? If I actually put a line, if I put a line over here, for example, let's say I put a horizontal line here at this part. Okay, now to the left of the line, what do we see? All right. So to the left of the line, what do we see? We see some levels like this and like this. Do you see? Those levels are key levels. You can draw this one too as a level as well. Do you understand? What else again? So if I'm to actually put lines there, what do we have here? We find that we have a level here. That is one. Okay, I'm just doing a rough sketch because this is a phone. Like I told you, my laptop was stolen, and I don't have a laptop for now. If you want to help me, fine. You can give me a laptop. I'll teach much easier than using a phone. Oh, crazy. Now we see how that price ended up coming back to this level here. Now let me tell you something. You will not always know exactly where price will come from. Okay, you will not know exactly where price will come from. Like you will not know exactly where price would react on. Okay, so It's just a matter of you watching out for which level price gives you a rejection on. So now we see that price gives us a rejection on this candle here. Look at that green candle where I'm trying to okay, that green candle. We can see how that price gave us a rejection there. So what you would normally do is that you could decide to take your entry from that spot. Okay, because now the truth is that you don't really know okay, this is it. Let me explain something. Imagine you saw price reacting there at that point. Now let me tell you, the price could still go down to this point here to react. This second level we see down there, price could go down there to react. So what you will normally do is that you will want to actually wait for this current candle, that green current candle, this one, to actually like close. Okay, so when that candle closes, we see a reaction there, and you could decide to put a line there, a line on that candle. All right. Okay. So when you put a line on that candle, what do? You actually want to okay, let me edit this line. All right. So what you want to do is that you want God change the color to black. So what you want to do is that you want to go down to a lower time frame. That was where it rejected, right? So you're going down to a lower time frame like the let's say the 1 hour time frame, and you also want to look for what a breakout. Now you might not have to wait that long until the candle closes, depending on what you want to achieve. But this is just the normal way to go about this thing. Now you see how this candle closes. Now you see this place where it reacts from. Okay, at this point you can draw your levels again. And where will your levels be? Check them out. Let me quickly show you. Look, you have your level here. This is one. This is two. This is three. Okay. So this is entry type. I don't really have an exact name for this kind of entry, but just understand what's going on here. Now you you draw this out again. So these are just like levels. Okay, so you might not know exactly where price is coming from. Sorry, where price is going to react from rather. But from what we see how that price reacted at the one here, right? That was where price had to react from. So now is that you can decide to take your entry from here. Okay, so imagine you actually had the buy limit there, and decide to put your stop loss, let's say somewhere around here, for let's say 0.1 lot size. So you're risking about $4 here. All right. What if you decide to put your stop loss somewhere around here? Do you see? And the reason why I'll put my stop loss somewhere around here is because I kind of know that if price takes me out, I could still enter for me and put another buy limit there. Right? So just like you risk little. Now this is not exactly what I want to teach. This is not exactly what I want to teach, but I'm just giving a rough example. Okay. But if you feel like okay, you don't want to put your stop loss here, you might just put it safely over here as a safe zone for your stop loss in case price comes back to this levels lower. Do you understand? Then from there you can take your ride up all the way. What about if you want to like repeat the same thing? Of course, you can repeat the same thing. You just have to like put a line on that reacted zone. Okay, so this place is where it reacted from, right? Then you go down, let's say, to a lot of like a 15 minutes time frame. And on your 15 minutes time frame, what you want to do is that you want to actually um, look for a breakout as well. Now, if you observe, there are actually some levels. This point here, this point here. You can take this point as well. All right. So now, acting as though maybe I've not seen it, let me try to see if I could draw a line. Try to see if I could draw a line, box rather, whatever you want to call it. This drawing is not accurate, but I'll manage it. Sometimes in trying to be accurate with these things, we may actually miss entries. Okay, so just try to make it as simple as possible. Then yeah, so there's also a line, there's also a level there, but so now look at what price did. Incredible. See what price did. Price actually came down here to react from. I'm sure a lot of you guys will like this style of entry. Now, first of all, where's the breakout? Zoom in carefully. God, I need a laptop, like seriously. Um, all right, guys. All right. So now, look at the level. You can see that level broke this side. So this actually is actually a breakout. For me, breakout structure is different from a breakout. That's the way I see it generally. That's how I use my play of words. Now, a proper break for me, a proper break of structure would have been here. This is what I just did on that level. That would have been a proper break of structure here. Here would have been a proper break of structure. But if I don't want to wait for that break of structure, I could just use a breakout. And where would my breakout be? My breakout would be here. Can you see what I just did? That way my breakout occurred. Then I would mark out my levels as I did and expect a retracement to that level and pick the ride up from there. So you can see how the price came here. Okay. So you could just buy from here. Imagine that you actually took an entry here and you had your stop loss somewhere around here. Still using a smaller lot size. What do you have? You actually have $0.26 a risk value. Then what if you want to repeat the same thing that we just done so far? You can actually adjust your line. Then your line actually will come down to this place. Do you understand? So upon testing this line here, you will see how that this level is actually, yeah, you see how that this level is reacting. Upon testing that line, you can see there's a rejection on that level. Then even without going down to a lower time frame, you can see that there are actually levels there like this. Let me show you what I mean. Look at these levels. Look at these levels. This is a level, right? Isn't that so? But I would not want to use that. I would rather go down to a lower time frame. So what lower time frame do we have now? That would be our 5 minute time frame. We could even use our 1 minute time frame if possible. Right. So what's the lane? What is the lane? Okay. Processing data. All right. So now, is there a breakout? First of all, where did this line touch? Is it like rather from here? And is there a breakout? If you observe, let me show you something. This is a breakout, right? This is also a breakout. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? So because the body of this candle closed above the previous candle. So then if I want to actually, now what levels will I draw out? This is a level, right? This is one. This is another one. In fact, this guy here is another larger one. Okay. So yeah, you can see that price actually, and you could have just like added your, let's say maybe you want to enter from this side. Okay. Then with your stop loss around here, do you see that? Okay. Then what about let's say you want to go down to a lower time frame to look for a more smoother entry. Go down to your 1 minute time frame, and what do we have? I see that the line actually rejected from this point. Yeah, isn't that right? Okay, so what do we do next? What do we do next? Is there a breakout? Well, the breakout occurred at this point in time. That can you see? Now you can see this candle closing above this candle here. All these ones down here did not close above this candle here. Okay, so then what other level do we have? We have this level. You have this level. Did you see that? If you want to make more, if you want it to make more sense, just do this, right? Do this rather. But I really need a system. It's quite. This was. This is why I never like using phone for trading. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. So please subscribe to this channel, share this channel to your friends, and leave a comment in the comment section. All right. Yep. Do well to subscribe to the channel. Do well to tell your friends about this. Share it to your friends on your WhatsApp, your social media handles. Okay. So if I draw this level out here, what am I doing? If I drew this level out here, what do we have here? Can you see how price came down to that level to give us a retest? Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that fantastic? So what about this? This is another level entirely. So yeah. So imagine you probably entered from this level. You could just put your stop loss down here. Do you understand? So that in case it, so that because if you put your stop loss here, it might take you out, but just know how to work around all this. I can't really do more because it takes, when I record on phone, it has like higher megabytes in memory, so it takes longer time to upload. I would be stopping this video here. I guess I still have a lot to teach, but I think this will do you good. Thanks so much. I'm grateful that you view my content, and yeah, do well to show me love. If you want to help with, I think I should show you this. If you want to do something nice, here is my account details. All right. So okay, so you could use this for my account details if you want to send something like for a support, like if you want to support the channel. Actually, you could actually send to my account details here. Yeah. My laptop was stolen. Actually, I had a laptop which I use in creating content on the channel, but um, it was stolen. It was quite crazy, quite crazy. Right, so that's my account details. If you want to send something to show me love, thank you. God bless you. All right.